Today's project is the very popular overhead sleeves. This simple and versatile accessory could be worn to either side and adds a unique flair to any look. For this project, I use one skein of LionBrand Mandala Thick and Quick yarn in Swirl Tourbillion and one skein in Tidal. Also one skein of LionBrand Hometown in Madison Mustard. You'll also need a 9mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and a large eye needle. Let's get started. First, you'll need to create your adjustable loop. Grab your hook and crochet 96 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go on ahead and pause your video and join me at the next clip once you've completed 96 chains. And here we are. We're going to start row 1 and double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. Yarn over, place the hook in the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 and pull through 2. Let's double crochet into the next 2 chains. That'll give us a total of 4 double crochets at this edge. Nice and solid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's continue on to chain 4. Next, we'll skip the next 2 chains and double crochet into that 3rd chain. Simply repeat chain 4, skip the next 2 chains and double crochet into the 3rd chain and repeat across. You'll continue this open weave pattern of 4 chains, skip the next 2 chains and double crochet into that 3rd chain until you only have 3 chains left. You can go ahead and pause your video and join me at the next clip to complete the end of row 1. Now we'll complete our final chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 2 and double crochet into that 3rd chain and continue on to double crochet in each of the final 3 chains left. 1, 2, and 3. That gives us a total of 4 double crochets at the end of this row, just like we had 4 double crochets at the beginning of the row. Chain 3, and that'll count as our first double crochet of the next row. And starting with row 2, you're going to skip this very first double crochet on the edge and double crochet into the next one, double crochet into the very next double crochet, that's 2, and double crochet in the next one. So you'll stack 4 double crochets on top of the 4 double crochets of the previous row. Then continue to double crochet 2 into your very first chain 4 space. Now we've created 6 double crochets to start row 2. Continue to chain 4 and double crochet into the very next chain 4 space. Chain 4 again and double crochet into the next chain 4 space and repeat this pattern until you double crocheted into the very last chain 4 space of this row. Feel free to pause and meet me at the next clip for the very end of row 2. Now we're at the end and we'll chain 4, double crochet into that final chain 4 space and double crochet again into that same chain 4 space. Continue to double crochet into the last 4 double crochets, or more specifically 3 double crochets, and then double crochet into the top of the chain 3 of the previous row. Now we have 6 double crochets at the end of this row, just like we started at the beginning. Chain 3 and turn. Skip that very first double crochet on the edge and double crochet into the next stitch. That counts as 2 double crochet for your 3rd stitch and double crochet for your 4th. Chain 4. Skip those next 2 double crochets and double crochet right in the center of the very next chain 4 space. Chain 4, double crochet into the next chain 4 space, and you'll repeat this pattern until you've double crocheted into the very last chain 4 space of row 3. And as you may start to notice, row 3 looks exactly like row 1. Now we're here at the end and you'll chain 4, double crochet into your very last chain 4 space, and we're going to chain 4 again, skip the first 2 double crochet, and go ahead and crochet into that 3rd one and continue to double crochet into each of the remaining 3 double crochet stitches. Now we're starting to notice a pattern of 4 and 6 double crochet stitches at the ends of the rows. To begin row 4, chain 3, turn, skip the very first double crochet on the edge and double crochet into the next one. Continue to double crochet into the next 2 double crochet stitches. But since that previous row was 4, you know this row will be 6 double crochets. So double crochet 2 into the next chain 4 space. Chain 4 and double crochet into the next chain 4 space. Continue this pattern and chain 4, double crochet into the next chain 4 space until you reach the very last chain 4 space of row 4. Feel free to pause your screen and join me at the next clip to complete row 4 and begin row 5. And here we are at the end of row 4. Let's take our final chain 4 and double crochet into the last chain 4 space. Double crochet into that same chain 4 space and continue to double crochet into each of the final double crochet stitches of row 4. Notice the alternating pattern of 6 double crochet and 4 double crochet. Next, for rows 5 and 6, you will repeat rows 3 and 4 in an alternating pattern. Go ahead and pause your screen and complete rows 5 and 6 and meet me at the next clip for the ending of row 6 and the beginning of row 7, the neck opening row. Now here is the completion of row 6, and we'll chain 3 and turn to begin row 7, the neck opening row. Of course, skip that first double crochet and double crochet into the next 1, 2, 3 double crochets and chain 4. Skip the next 2 double crochet and double crochet into the next chain 4 space. Continue this pattern of chain 4, double crochet into the next chain 4 space until you have 11 chain 4 spaces of this row. You can go ahead and pause your screen and meet me at the neck opening. So here we're completing the last chain 4 space before the neck opening. Simply chain 4 and double crochet into the next chain 4 space. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 chain 4 spaces. Next, we'll chain 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, yes, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Now that we have our neck hole, we're going to skip 6 chain 4 spaces. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and go ahead and double crochet into the 7th chain 4 space. Go ahead and remove your stitch marker if you have one and double crochet into that chain 4 space. Now we have our neck hole in row 7, and we will continue to chain 4 and double crochet into the next chain 4 space until we reach the last chain 4 space. So now we have 2 chain 4 spaces, and if we do this correctly, we should end up with 11 chain 4 spaces on this side of the neck hole. Now to complete the end of row 7, chain 4, double crochet into that last chain 4 space, and chain 4 again, skip the next 2 double crochet and double crochet into that 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th double crochet stitch at the end of row 7. And once we've completed row 7, you want to make sure that you have 11 chain 4 spaces on each side of the neck hole space. So take your time to count those out and make sure everything is even. This is a very symmetrical piece, and you want to make sure everything is even. Now we're ready to start row 8, chain 3, turn, skip the double crochet at the very edge, and double crochet into the next double crochet stitch, double crochet into the next, and into the 4th double crochet stitch. Continue on to double crochet 2 into the next chain 4 space for that solid edge of 6 double crochet stitches. As usual, chain 4 and double crochet into the next chain 4 space. Continue this pattern until you reach the last chain 4 space before the neck opening. Go ahead and pause your screen and meet me at the next clip to continue our pattern across the neck opening. So here's our final chain 4 and double crochet into the chain 4 space. Now here we'll chain 4 again, and we're going to skip those first 2 chains of the neck opening. Make sure you count the chains and not the actual double crochet stitch, and then double crochet into that 3rd chain. Next, chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and skip the next 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet into the 4th chain. Chain 4 again, 3, 4, skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet into that 4th chain, and continue this pattern across of chain 4, skip 3 chains, and double crochet into the 4th. Continue this pattern until you only have 2 chains left on the neck hole. Here we are with just 2 chains left, so we'll chain 4, skip those 2 chains, and go ahead and double crochet into the next chain 4 space. Chain 4 and complete your pattern, double crochet into the next chain 4 space until you've double crocheted into the last chain 4 space of row 8. Pause your screen and meet me at the next clip to complete this row. So here we are, chain 4 and double crochet into that last chain 4 space. Double crochet again into that same chain 4 space and continue to double crochet into the next double crochet and the last 3 double crochets of this row. By this time, we've gotten the hang of creating that last double crochet into the top of the beginning chain 3. Chain 3 and turn. For the beginning of row 9, skip that very first double crochet and double crochet into the next. That one will count as your second double crochet. Continue on to double crochet into your third and double crochet number 4. Of course, chain 4 and double crochet into the next chain 4 space. Again, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet into the next chain 4 space, and continue this pattern until you reach the last chain 4 space. Go ahead and pause and meet me at the next clip for the completion of row 9. And here we are, chain 4, double crochet into that last chain 4 space of row 9, and chain 4 again, and we're going to skip the first 2 double crochet and double crochet into the next double crochet. Continue to double crochet into the last 3 double crochet stitches. Here's the final on the top of the chain 3. There you go. Chain 4 and turn. Continue to repeat rows 8 and 9 until you've reached 14 rows. Pause and meet me at the end of row 14. So here we are. I've changed to the hometown yarn somewhere in there. So chain 4, double crochet into the next chain 4 space, or that's the last one, and double crochet into that same chain 4 space, and double crochet into the remaining 4 double crochet stitches to complete row 14. And double crochet into your last 2 and double crochet into the top of the first chain 3. And count your rows. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Let's get prepared to stitch this piece together. So we won't fasten off, and you'll lay your piece flat with the right side facing up. So when you fold it, we'll be looking at the inside. And we'll get prepared to single crochet the sleeves together. On each end, of course. So, as we fold, we're looking at the wrong side. We're going to keep our crochet hook in the yarn and place it again through the very last double crochet stitch and the very first foundation chain stitch, and single crochet through both layers. Continue on, place it through both layers of that last row and put it through a foundation stitch. That's 2. We're gonna go 3, pull it through, single crochet into the 4th stitch. Good. And pull through. And here we're going to single crochet through the 5th and the 6th stitch. So now we have 6 stitches, and we should have some chains here. We're going to place the hook through those chain spaces and single crochet 4 inside the chain spaces. I say chain spaces because for the last row it's 4 chains, but for that foundation we only skip 2 stitches. So we're going to squeeze those 4 single crochets into that space. And then you should be coming around to the next double crochet, and make sure you align those double crochets together. You kind of got to squeeze that a little bit. We're going to continue on in those chain spaces and single crochet 4. Here's 1, and single crochet 2. It's nice and thick. Single crochet 3 and single crochet 4. Go ahead and reach on over to place the hook in that double crochet stitch and reach back for the double crochet of the foundation row. Continue to single crochet across until you have 6 of those spaces stitched together. So here we are for our final space to stitch together. There's 1 single crochet, 2, 3, and 4, and single crochet those double crochet stitches together, and there we have it. We have 6 spaces here for the sleeve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll cut the yarn and fasten off. Okay, for the second sleeve, go ahead and make sure it's folded nice and even, and we're going to take our crochet hook, place it into the very first stitch through both layers. Grab your 3rd yarn, that's hometown for me, pull through and chain 1. So place the hook into the first stitch, both layers, pull through and single crochet number 1, going through both layers, single crochet number 2, single crochet number 3, single crochet number 4, single crochet 5. This is a little bit different because we approach the hole from the other side. Number 5, and single crochet right in that double crochet number 6. So here's where we'll begin to single crochet 4 into those spaces. The space on this side is a little bit shorter, so you're really going to squeeze those 4 single crochets into that space, and then single crochet the double crochet stitch of each of those first and last rows together. Continue this pattern until you've stitched 6 of those spaces together. there's 1, single crochet 2, single crochet 3, and single crochet 4, and single crochet those double crochet stitches of the foundation chain and of the last row together. Continue stitching together until it's even with the other side, and remember, you're going to count the spaces from the perspective of the last row, not from this side, which is the foundation row side. Make sure you have 6 chain spaces together, just looking from the perspective of the final row. Here we are at the final stitch, and we're going to single crochet that double crochet stitch of each row together. Cut the yarn and pull through to fasten off. Now we'll weave in the ends. This is super easy since this yarn is so chunky. Use your large eye needle and just go through both layers to have that yarn, really poke it through. This will be a little bit easier maybe with a metal needle, but I have this plastic one here, so I'm going to do the best I can and squeeze it on through until I feel it's nice and hidden. Maybe go back a little bit from the direction that you came and cut that yarn, and voila. Weave in all the other ends in the rest of the piece and then turn the sleeves inside out. And there you have it, a multicolored, chunky overhead sleeve design. Experiment with colors. I pretty much started with a new color every time I ran out of the last one, and you can do solid colors too. It's a great gift item that's always in fashion and never gets old. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell so you'll know every time we post a new video.